everybody, it's me, Martin Gilchrist, practice manager at Gilchrist and Co Chartered Accountants, and I'm delighted to be joined by, and this is honestly, you may not believe it, but honestly, Sean's my friend, so I'm really glad to be joined by my...
Is that confirmed, Martin? Is that confirmed, friendship?
It's confirmed in writing. I think I've got a certificate now saying that you're my friend. And I'm telling everybody, Sean, so it has to be true.
If it's on Facebook, it's true.
If it's on Facebook, it's true. And this is going on to LinkedIn. So that's true. So with my good friend Sean, I can see you'll really understand why when you hear us chatting this morning. But today we're talking about something that I'm very excited about indeed, that I can't wait until it happens, and that's the Gilchrist and Co Open Christmas Coffee that's happening next Wednesday down in Titanic Suites. And this conversation is really for those people that have already got their name down as attending. I think there's 92. The last time I looked, 92 people have put their name down as attending on the LinkedIn event page. Now, I know, and you know, and Sean knows, and JP knows, and the dogs in the street know, 92 people aren't turning up to this open coffee. That's just not the way LinkedIn event pages work. A lot of people will hit attending because they're just interested, or they want to support us, or they like the idea of it, but they're not all going to turn up. So we're expecting, I don't know, Sean, but somewhere between 12 and 30, I imagine would be.
We go ballparking these things, Martin, about 30%.
Yeah. So that's roughly where we're thinking it'll be in and around. But we want to make sure we don't want to be closing off a street in Belfast. The traffic's bad enough. We don't want to be shocked that's not going to happen. 5,000 turn up. We certainly don't want to be overcrowding the room in the venue. So what Sean and I are going to do today is we're going to have a wee conversation about what it is we're doing and what people can expect, so that you can make your final decision. And if you're coming along, get your name formally on the list. And the way to do that is to DM me and let me know. Not Sean. Sean doesn't care. DM me.
Sure, just don't know the details.
So DM me, and then we'll get your name on the list and we'll go from there. So without further ado, Sean, tell us a little bit. Who are you and what do you do?
So I am Sean Grant. I am the co-founder. I have to say that. I can't take all the credit. The co-founder and director of Core Impact. So we're essentially, Martin, a management and leadership training consultancy organization. So we love training. And that's what we're doing the majority of, but we also have some longer form consultancy clients as well that we work with, which is fantastic. We love getting embedded in organizations and just getting in there and supporting them. And leadership management is just where our passion lies. Just love it.
And I can tell you love it because I've had the privilege, and I'm currently enjoying the privilege of being on one of your MLN courses. And I'm not just saying this because you're sitting in front of me, Sean. It is one of the best courses I have ever been on. And I've been through a lot of courses. I'm a 50-year-old man, highly qualified, professional, experienced, everything from university to professional qualifications, from long-term exam-based qualifications right through to hundreds of hours of CPD. And your course, and what I'm doing with you guys, is one of the best and one of the most enjoyable courses I've ever been on.
Wow, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
That's saying quite some. There you are.
So Martin, tell us a bit about you, because you think automatically people know who you are, but you didn't start this with your normal line, which I missed.
Yes, I didn't start.
That's sure who Martin Gilchrist is.
Yeah. My name is Martin Gilchrist, and I am the practice manager at Gilchrist and Co Chartered Accountants. What we do at Gilchrist and Co is we look after professional people in independent practice. That's people who work for and by themselves in the medical, legal, tech, and creative sectors. And we specialize in 4 things. That's corporation tax returns, self-assessment tax returns, VAT, and payroll. If you need any of those 4 things, or all of those 4 things done, you really aren't going to get anybody that's better than us, because we are really, really good at all of that. But that's enough about what we do at Gilchrist & Co. We're now talking about why Sean and I are on here this morning. We've used up half our time already, Sean.
Exactly. We got to speed this up. Martin, but I think one of the important parts as well, as we go on to talk about what we're going to talk about, is for yourself and Michelle, is the relationship side of things in terms of business as well, because I think that's an important part of it, an important part of what you do. So in terms of this event, what's this all about? I mean, why have you decided to bring this forward, and what are we going to be doing?
Yeah, every year Michelle and I get invited to loads of Christmas parties, and we love them. We know, and we have been going to them for years. The year before last, I think we had 8 events in the 2 weeks up until Christmas, before we finished for Christmas. And it was just mad. And it's very hard to say no to people when they invite you along to your Christmas parties. But this year we just put a blanket and we said, look, we've too much to do. It's our busiest year ever. I'm getting old now. I don't have the energy that I used to have. We're just going to have to say no. And to be fair, we'll say no to everybody rather than try and be selective. Because why not go to one person's or one friend's party and not go to the others? But at the same time, we're social people. We wanted to meet up with our friends and stuff. We wanted that opportunity to connect, to see how people are, to sit down and have a bit of a chat before everybody gets wrapped up in the Christmas craziness. And we thought a wee casual, open coffee, nothing special, just pop down, grab a coffee, have a chat would be the way to do that. But it's not about just coming and see Michelle and I. Hopefully what will happen is, as it happened at most of our events, as all of our events, people don't just come to see Martin Gilchrist. That's not really what it's about. They come down to see other people that they know will be there, people that we're associated with. And that's what we hope the open coffee will be primarily. It will be an opportunity to catch up with people that you maybe haven't seen all year, or you maybe haven't seen in 6 months, or maybe that you just haven't seen since last week. But it's a casual opportunity before the craziness of Christmas to catch up with good friends, have a coffee, and just have that relaxed, get together, meet up, have a laugh sort of situation.
Yeah, and I think, Martin, I was attracted to it straight away because I know anything that you guys do and the people that you pull together are always good people. A lot of which I'm going to hopefully know in the room, but a lot of other people as well. It's really lovely to meet, and connections of connections as well. And it's just always very relaxed and enjoyable. So I think it's going to be a great event. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, we've had some chats around what the structure of that's going to look like. Do you want to share a wee bit more about that?
Yeah, so we have to give it some sort of a structure. People like a little bit of order in their lives. We all need to have a sort of a sense of what's going on. So it kicks off at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, you'll be able to get into Titanic Suites, which is on Adelaide Street in Belfast City Centre. It's not down at the docks. Don't be going down to the Titanic Hotel. That'll be the wrong place. Titanic Suites is a business block of shared office type suites in Belfast City Centre and Adelaide Street. 1 o'clock kicks off. From 1 until 1:30 there'll be networking, mingling, drinking coffee, eating your buns and all the rest. And then at 1:30 strictly, there'll be a thing happening in the boardroom. If you're on the board mentor list, you'll have an allocated seat at the board table. The board mentors are the ones that essentially get to ask questions of Sean during his presentation. If there's enough room, there'll then be an audience around the table. The audience get to be in the boardroom, but they don't really get to ask questions. And what we'll do from 1:30 to about 1:15, Sean, you and I will have a conversation about TEDx, and you're going to tell us a little bit about TEDx in a moment, TEDx Black Mountain. And then that'll be followed by a short Q&A where the board members who are sitting around the board table who have allocated a seat get to ask you, what's this all about? Or they can ask other members of the board something what they have raised as well. But basically it'll be a structured conversation. And then at about 2 o'clock thereabouts, that formal bit will end and people will be free to stay for more networking until 3 o'clock or leave. But the point is that at 2 o'clock dead on, if somebody's got a parking space booked or needs to get off to another meeting or whatever the case may be, the formal bit will be over and people will be able to free to leave, stay, do whatever they want to do. So that's the running order. Does that make sense if I'm standing out there?
That all makes sense, and I'm looking forward to that part, Martin, as well, being able to share about TEDx Black Mountain. Now, this is Jason Lear's baby. We are the assistants on this one. Unfortunately, Jason isn't available, so you're stuck with me. But I will have all the information that I need. Me and Jason are going to have a conversation beforehand and really look forward to having the opportunity to share this and to sort of bring people on board with it, because there's a lot happening around it as well. So that's a benefit of coming as well, is to have an opportunity to be involved in more networking as we move forward with this as well. So
are you allowed to say anything at all about any announcements that might be made on the day? Or
so we're going to be sharing the website and some of the details around that, and hopefully I'm just waiting on Jason to say yes 100% we can share one of the speakers. I would love to have one of them there. I don't know if that's possible yet, but yes, certainly would love to share the first speaker, and that's going to be announced sort of bit by bit as we go along.
If that is happening, let me know as soon as possible. We would like to have them at the table, obviously. Well,
Yes, well, I will. At the minute, it's not, but we're going to try and make it happen.
We're going to run a little bit over time here on our timer because I don't want to be.
You have me panicking with this timer, Martin. I'm kind of like,
we're allowed to break our own rules here, Sean. A little bit. So that's I'm going to have about a 10-minute conversation with you about TEDx. We're going to get some details, maybe not all the details, but essentially the TEDx we're talking about is TEDx Black Mountain, which is happening in 2025. Yeah. And let me assure you, if Jason Lear is running this from Lear Training Associates, this is going to be one of the best TEDx's that you can get to in and around Belfast. Certainly this.
I can tell you from the background, it's exciting. There's so much going on in it. There's so much things. Like, as you said, Jason's involved in anything. His mind goes wild with these things, but for really positive reasons and a really positive outcome. So really actually looking forward to it.
Brilliant, Sean. I'm really looking forward to talking to you and seeing you and JP down on the day. Anything else you want to ask me before we...
I suppose the last thing, Martin, is just you had said there's 90 odd people attending, and I think we need to probably narrow that down because the room isn't going to hold, it's fair to say, 92 people. And it's probably nice for you to know in advance roughly how many we're going to actually have.
Yeah, I agree. What people need to do. It's not going to come down. It's not going to work the way as we discussed right at the start. So what we're actually going to be doing now, and part of the reason for this video is going to be shared with everybody that has put their name down to attend. What we need now is this is happening next Wednesday, 4th of December. It's not too far away. We need people to make that final decision. Are you coming down or not? And then when you're coming down, there's a series of opportunities. The first opportunity, there's 12 seats round the board table where you actually get to sit down with your name allocating you a seat at that table. That's the board of mentors. That's the first thing. So it's first come, first serve for the board of mentors. The second thing is the guests that will be able to come into the actual boardroom itself. So an audience. So essentially, if you imagine a board table, 12 people sit at the board table, we want as many people as possible to participate. And if there's only 20 people turn up, everybody will be able to come into the boardroom. But if there's more than, say, 30 people, we won't be able to squeeze you all in. So the next thing will be the audience. So if you're an audience member, you're allowed to stand right at the back without crowding people in too much, just to hear the proceedings, hear what Sean has to say about TEDx, and hear what questions are being asked and stuff, so people get an idea of what TEDx is and what's going on. And then the rest of the guests are guests. And what happens for you is you can come and go as you please. You don't come into the boardroom essentially, but you can meet your friends out there's another room booked with a smaller boardroom booked as well. And then there's a foyer reception area that's outside of the boardroom and the other meeting room. And you'll be able to mingle, drink coffee, have a bun and all the rest. But if you're late in coming to the party, or if you want to leave earlier, you need that bit of flexibility. You don't come into the boardroom, you sit out there and you meet that. And for some people that might actually be better. There's many networking events I don't go to any of the talks. I use it for the opportunity for mingling and stuff. But we need to know what you want. And if you want to be on the board mentor on the board table, and there's only 12 seats and 20 people one place, the only fair way to really allocate those seats is in first come, first serve prices. So if you want that, as soon as you see your video, get your DM through and say, I want a board seat. If you don't get a board seat, you'll be moved up to the audience seat, and then after the audiences, the doors closed, and about 30 people in the room, and locked, and then you'll be a guest. But that should still be good crack as well. Does that all make sense, Sean?
I think it does indeed, and I don't want anybody who's getting those board table seats to be starting to think of difficult questions in advance. Let's just take it casual, take it easy, and enjoy yourselves. That's what it's all about.
Sean, we've already run miles over time here. Thank you very much.
We're not good at the timekeeping, but it's been good to chat to you.
And it's a pleasure as always, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Take care. All the best. Bye.